guys. You are definitely not letting me down with these Eminem requests, are ya? I got another one, and I found the explicit version too, so y'all can't even come after me. Ha! Ha! I looked for it. I promise, I look for them, okay? But this one is Who Knew? I saw it on the comments more than once, so we're going to go ahead and review that one today. Y'all already know, if you want to show love and support, I link ways for you to do that in the description box below. But yeah, let's get started. And you already know, I have the lyrics. Yes, I do. I've got the lyrics because I can't seem to follow along unless I have the lyrics. And I love his lyrics. So let's get started.
Never knew I never knew I. Mic check 1 2. I never knew I. Who would've knew? I never knew I. Who'd've known? I never knew I. Fuck with a thought. Motherfucker comes out, sells a couple of million records. And these motherfuckers hit the ceiling. I don't do black music, I don't do white music. I make fight music for high school kids. I put lives at risk when I drive like this. I put wives at risk with a knife like this. Shit, you probably think I'm in your tape deck now. I'm in the backseat of your truck with duct tape stretched out. Duck the fuck way down, waiting to straight jump out. Put it over your mouth and grab you by the face. What now? Oh, you want me to watch my mouth? How? Take my fucking eyeballs out and turn them around? Look, I'll burn your fucking house down, circle around and hit the hydrant so you can't put your burning furniture out. I'm sorry, there must be a mix-up. You want me to fix up lyrics while the president gets his dick sucked? Fuck that, take drugs, rape sluts, make fun of gay clubs, men who wear makeup, get away, wake up, get a sense of humor. We're trying to censor music, this is for your kids' amusement. But don't blame me when little Eric jumps off of the terrace. You should have been watching him. Apparently you ain't parents. I never knew I.
Damn. Excuse my language, but shots were just fired. You know, all of those lyrics, and he hits you with really what that whole verse was about. You blaming me for what your kid's doing. Why weren't you watching them? You know what? I ain't even mad at him. He said all that to say that. I remember driving down a neighborhood, and I drive like a grandma, y'all. My husband, he gets on my case about it. But, and there is a but, I'm glad that I do, especially in neighborhoods, okay? Because this little kid one day came running out to go get the ball, and I was able to slam on my brakes, okay? This kid couldn't have been more than like 8 or 9 years old. This is a little kid. No parental supervision at all outside. First of all, you have a fenced-in backyard. Why didn't you send him to the back of the house to play? Your kid could have been hurt. Where were you? So I'm not even upset with him about that. Like, I can't. How can you be upset with that? Like, he dropped a truth bomb. He said all that to drop that last 2 sentences right there and drop a truth bomb just to annoy the people who are just, you know, it's your fault, instead of them taking accountability. I'm just, let's go.
Rick jumps off of the terrace, you should have been watching him. Apparently you ain't parents. I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect this kid. I never knew I'd get him to slit his wrist. I never knew I'd get him to hit this bitch. I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect this kid. I never knew I'd get him to slit his wrist. I never knew I'd get him to hit this bitch. So who's bringing the guns in this country? I couldn't sneak a plastic pellet gun through customs over in London. And last week I seen this Schwarzenegger movie where he's shooting all sorts of these motherfuckers with a Uzi. I see these 3 little kids up in the front row, screaming go, with their 17-year-old uncle. I'm like, guidance, ain't they got the same moms and dads who got mad when I asked if they like violence? And told me that my tape taught them to swear. What about the makeup you allow your 12-year-old daughter to wear? So tell me that your son doesn't know any cuss words when his bus driver's screaming at him, fucking him up worse. And fuck was the first word I ever learned up in the 3rd grade, flipping the gym teacher the bird. So read up about how I used to get beat up, Peter on, be on free lunch, and change school every 3 months. My life's like kinda what my wife's like. Fucked up after I beat her fucking ass every night, Ike. So how much easier would life be if 19 million motherfuckers grew to be just like me? 'Cause I never knew I would get this big.
You know what just kind of dawned on me as well, and mind you, my knowledge of Eminem and his music, while we have the playlist on the channel, okay, and we have reviewed quite a few songs for him, he may use a lot of colorful language that I do not care about, okay, but I've never really heard him advocating violence. I've never heard him advocating like things that are morally wrong. He talks about his own experiences. He talks about how he could care less for certain people in his life, like his mother, until like he came to terms with it, right? He's been talking about his own experiences. I've never seen him truly advocate for violence. So how is he to blame? I mean, are there songs where he's advocating for violence and I just didn't pick up on it, or that I haven't seen yet? Because I don't hear it. I just hear very spicy language, colorful language, shall we say. But he's usually sending a positive message, or he's like doing a clap back on somebody to say, you know, forget you and the horse you rode up on. So I don't get that. I don't get that at all.
19 million motherfuckers grew to be just like me. 'Cause I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect this kid. I never knew I'd get him to slit his wrist. I never knew I'd get him to hit this bitch. I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect this kid. I never knew I'd get him to slit his wrist. I never knew I'd get him to hit this bitch. I never knew I have a new house or a new car. A couple years ago I was more poor than you are. I don't got that bad of a mouth, do I? Fuck shit ass bitch, cunt, shooby doo wop. Skibbity bebop, but Christopher Reeves. Sonny Bono skis horses and hitting some trees. Hey! How many retards to listen to me and run up in the school shooting when they're pissed to the teach? Her, him, is it you, is it them? Wasn't me, Slim Shady said to do it again. Damn, how much damage can you do with a pen? Man, I'm just fucked up as you would've been. You would've been in my shoes, but who would've thought? Slim Shady would be something that you would've bought. That would've made you get a gun and shoot at the cop. I just said it. I know if you do it or not. 'Cause I never knew I would get.
Hold on. Has he, like, I feel like I'm missing something here. Because this chorus of the song is saying, I never knew I'd affect this kid, get him to slit his wrist, hit this ish. I didn't know I'd get this big. You know, like, what is this talking about? Like, did something happen and I'm just not clued in? Because I feel like super lost now, because I read the lyrics and I'm like, I don't hear that in any of the songs that we've reviewed. And I know he's had like issues with other artists, and is that where it's coming from? I'm lost in like where the song got inspired from. Not lost with the song pretty clear, right? You know, he's really dropping some bombs here, like Slim Shady told me to do it. Really? It's a song. Grow up. You know, I'm a little bit like, am I missing a story here? Like, do we need to go over the story here? Because we'll go over the story on this channel if we need to, but I'd like to know what the story is.
I just said it. I know if you do it or not. 'Cause I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect this kid. I never knew I'd get him to slit his wrist. I never knew I'd get him to hit this bitch. I never knew I would get this big. I never knew I'd affect this kid. I never knew I'd get him to slit his wrist. I never knew I'd get him to hit this bitch. How the fuck was I supposed to know?
Musicality on this is really awesome, though. I have to say, he's got such a catchy musicality. So I feel like I'm missing context here, and that's okay if I am. I would just like to know what the context is so I better understand what I'm missing out here. But in my view of this, like, everything that we've ever covered on this channel with him has always sent like a message of, not of violence. I don't hear violence you know, if you're really reading the lyrics, he's not really advocating for violence. I haven't seen it. Now, I mean, if someone messed with his kids and he's saying, I will F you up, it's a personal experience. Do we want to talk about that? Probably not. But at the same time, it's a song. Like, grow up. It's a song. You don't go to these, you don't talk about these songs like, and say, like, I'm going to go out and do these things. There are certain songs I don't like to listen to just because personal preference. You know, I don't like giving the enemy a platform, so to speak. So any songs that are talking about Satan or anything like that, I don't like to listen to that. I just truly do not. I don't want to give him that platform. I don't want to put him in my space, right? But something like this, I mean, he's not talking about anything evil. I mean, he's just using really bad language. But, you know, there's nothing that he said that I've heard in his songs that were untrue. I guess I'm at a loss of what the context is for this. Because, like, I know he had like, I don't know if it was like a fallout or if it was just like some petty rumor stuff that started a whole bunch of nonsense between him and this other guy who was a rapper, and now he changed his genre of music. We've reviewed him on this channel once, and I didn't really care for him. Um, can't remember what his name is. And then I remember something about Ja Rule. Was it Ja Rule or was it somebody else? Anyway, talking about his daughter, and he was like, I heard the song. I remember hearing like a bit and piece of the song, and it was like crazy. It was like you were praising and insulting him all at the same time. That takes a considerable amount of talent to be able to pull that off and still make it sound good. But anyway, that being said, I'm going to leave that here for right now. You guys let me know in the comments what I'm missing out on. But that's going to do it. So if you like the content as much as I did, then you know what? You know what to do. Hope you consider doing it. Until then, live your lives fabulously, darlings. Fabulously. I will see you on the next one. Bye.